Welcome back to another edition of the Sports Den. I'm Daniel, as always coming to you from an undisclosed location. Today's topic is an NFL's ongoing diversity problem as it relates to minority head coaches. Out of 32 NFL teams, we currently only have 4 minority head coaches: Ron Rivera, Mike Tomlin, Anthony Lynn, and Brian Flores. This topic is coming up because 3 NFL teams had head coaching vacancies and they have already filled them with non-minority candidates. The Cleveland Browns, who have a rotating door with their coaches, recently hired former Minnesota Vikings offensive coordinator Kevin Stefanski as their head coach. The Carolina Panthers hired former Baylor head coach Matt Rule as their new head coach. And the New York Giants hired former New England Patriots position coach, wide receiver coach, Joe Judge as their new head coach. And Joe Judge, 5 minutes after he got the job, has hired former Dallas Cowboys head coach Jason Garrett as his new offensive coordinator. Jason Garrett, who was mediocre at best for the Dallas Cowboys, wasn't even out of work for 2 weeks and he already has another job. But let that sink in for a second. Meanwhile, 2 coaches who are currently still coaching their teams in the Super Bowl didn't even get a look at any of these head coaching vacancies before they were filled. The Kansas City Chiefs offensive coordinator is named Eric Bieniemy. Eric Bieniemy is African American. Eric Bieniemy has helped manage and presided over one of the top 5 offenses in the game over the past half dozen years. So some may argue what his play calling responsibilities are, but at the end of the day, he was very much involved in putting together a game plan, a strategy week to week. And no one can tell me that Bieniemy, who has, again, helped propel one of the top offenses in the games and has also helped lead them to the Super Bowl, could not have filled one of these positions. The other minority coach, who was coaching on the other side for the NFC representative in the Super Bowl, the San Francisco 49ers, his name is Robert Saleh. Saleh is the defensive coordinator for the 49ers. Saleh has helped resurrect a 49ers defense that's one of the best in the game, is in the top 5. Saleh also was not even considered or interviewed for one of these head coaching vacancies. The Rooney Rule is a policy that the NFL implemented years ago that required all 32 NFL teams to interview at least one minority for a head coaching vacancy and also a minority for front office and general manager positions. But nothing has really changed. And why is that? Because at the end of the day, the NFL is an old boys network. These billionaires play by their own rules. They like to placate the Rooney Rule and hire whoever they want. Sure, they may make it seem like that they're trying to conform to the policy, but at the end of the day, it's all a dog and pony show. A lot of qualified minority candidates out there who have either been coaching for a few years or who've been coaching for a lot of years, like a Jim Caldwell, for example, who had success with the Detroit Lions before he was unceremoniously let go, deserves an opportunity. But when you have an old boys network in place with the NFL and their owners, they're always only going to hire people that look like them or who they feel comfortable with, while this kind of weeds out qualified minority candidates and leaves them to be scratching their heads as to what exactly they have to do, how much success do they have to have in order to get a head coaching position. It was just years ago that there were 2 minority head coaches coaching in the Super Bowl with Indianapolis and Chicago. The coach that year was coached by Tony Dungy, who won the Super Bowl, and the Bears had Lovie Smith coaching them. And we haven't heard anything from them since. Tony Dungy retired. Lovie Smith was also unceremoniously let go by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers years later. Now, the question is, what can be done to change this? Or if anything can be done at all? Sure, you could tweak the Rooney Rule. Maybe you could expand the amount of minority candidates interviewed by teams for head coaching positions. You could maybe have owners employ a staffing firm of diverse candidates to go out here and find some qualified minority candidates. But at the end of the day, it is an old boys network, and these owners, these white owners, are going to hire who they feel comfortable with and who they like, or whoever the flavor of the month is to them. I want to hear from you guys out there. Do you think we will ever see an improvement with the scarcity of minority head coaches currently in the NFL, or will things continue to stay the way that they are? I want to hear from y'all out there. I would love to hear your feedback. Leave your comments below. Let me know what you think. We'll do it next time, and I'm out.